Hi everyone, this is Cashier Training for the Indie Strawberry Festival on Thursday, June 11th. My name is Sarah McFetridge and I am one of the chairs of the festival. To begin, we want to thank you so much for volunteering. This is our 60th running of the festival and we could not have continued this summer tradition in the city without our amazing volunteers like yourself. This is a site plan of this year's Strawberry Festival. When you arrive for your shift, please check in at the volunteer tent, which will be on the lawn of the church. This is circled in red in the picture. The volunteers in the tent will give you your free shortcake voucher, sign you in, give you your t-shirt if not already picked up, and will direct you to the church sanctuary for a short training and some refreshments before your shift starts. Matthew Stevenson will primarily be running point on credit card processing at the festival, and he will be stationed in the volunteer tent. If at any point you have questions regarding your cashiering, please let your tent leader know and they can contact either Matthew or myself and we'll get everything sorted out. This is a graphic of our serving tents. We will have 5 of these serving tents on Monument Circle. Each tent will have 2 serving lines running through it, and each line will have 2 cashiers. One cashier sitting, the other cashier standing. The sitting cashier will have a cash box in addition to running credit card processing through Square. Having 2 cashiers per line just helps us keep the line moving as fast as possible. Items you will have on you. Of course, you will have your phone or your tablet, whatever you're using. It's important to note that you will need to have an unlimited data plan to do this cashier role. We're not sure how much data running a credit card through Square uses on a phone, so we just recommend all cashiers having an unlimited data plan. You may also have a cash till on you. That is going to be dependent upon whether you are a cashier that is sitting. And so some of you may have a cash till and some of you may not. You may also have a Square credit card processor. Most new phones often have the capability to run credit cards through Square's app's tap to pay feature. So we will likely see if that works on your phone first. If not a big deal. We will get you connected with the hardware from Square that can process credit card payments. And that will be in the form of either a Bluetooth reader, but also could be a swipe processor that connects to either your USB-C port or a Lightning port. It would also be helpful if you have one to bring a charging bank as well as a charger for your phone. We will have the option to charge phones in the volunteer tent next to Matthew, but having the charging banks can be really helpful too while you're in the serving tents. The serving tents, unfortunately, do not have a power cord connected to them because they're just on the street. So having a charging bank can be helpful if you have one already that you can bring with you. All right, this is the Square point of sale app. Prior to arriving at the festival, please download the Square point of sale app. It looks like the above graphic on the left-hand side that is circled. There are other Square apps in your app store, like Square Retail Point of Sale, for instance, but we want the black and white logo one that simply states Square Point of Sale. All new cashiers and tent leaders will receive an email from the app Square with the email heading, "You're invited. Join Strawberry Festival hosted by Cathedral Woman's team on Square." It's important to note, if you have cashiered before, you simply need to just re-download the Square Point of Sale app from the App Store. You should already be connected to our account. If you're a new cashier, just follow the email prompt. You may have to check your spam account if you're a new cashier and you have not received this email. Check that on your email, the spam folder, to see if the Square Point of Sale app email invitation has gone there. If you have any issues at all, please email or call me and we'll walk you through them. Whether you're downloading the app for the first time or re-downloading from last year, Make sure you set your permissions when prompted on the app to allow for a Bluetooth connection. We may give you a Bluetooth tap reader to use, so it's helpful to have these permissions already set on your phone. If you have a newer iPhone or an Android phone, we will likely try to set you up without Square hardware at first, because newer phones, like I said before, often have these tap-to-pay capabilities built into them. However, again, if for some reason it doesn't work, or if a customer needs to pay with a chip insert or a swipe credit card, we will have plenty of Square readers to use that are either Bluetooth connected or that plug into your phone. So again, that's why we like to have these permissions set to allow. Before we get into the actual app itself, I just wanted to put my contact information on the screen for my email or my cell phone. Contact me either way when you have any questions setting this up prior to the festival. All right, this is the Square app. It's just going to load. All right. As you can see, this is the interface for Square, and it has all of our items that we sell at the festival pre-populated. We only sell food items like strawberries, the ice cream, biscuits, whipped topping in the serving tents. All the drinks like water and soda and tea are sold solely in our drink tent. The majority of the volunteers will just handle food sales and not drink sales. So as you can see on here, customers can buy the works, which is kind of our most common item, which is the biscuit on strawberries, vanilla ice cream, and whipped topping on top, and that's $10. But they can also buy each item individually a la carte. So someone might come up and just want strawberries and ice cream, and you would just hit the strawberries and ice cream buttons. All right, to walk through an example of this, let's say a customer comes up and they have 2 works. So you would tap the works twice, and you can see down here at the bottom on review sale, you have 2 items now in your cart. And then in addition to the 2 works, they might come and they might have one with just a biscuit, strawberry, and ice cream. So you would do biscuit, strawberries, and ice cream. And then maybe they had one final one with just strawberries and whipped topping. So next you'll go into review sale, and you can see everything listed in the cart, the current transaction. If for some reason you need to clear your cart, it's very easy and you can start over. You just go to the 3 dots in the right-hand corner and hit clear items. For this example though, we're just going to walk through where we edit. So let's say the customer comes up, this was what we thought they ordered, but in reality, maybe one of those items, they didn't have an a la carte biscuit actually after all. To delete this, you would just hit on the biscuit, like as I did, and hit remove. The biscuit is gone. If you need to add more of something, let's say actually they had 3 work shortcakes after all. Right now we've in our cart we have 2. You can just go to the bottom left-hand side and adjust quantities on the item. So now we're going to adjust the works to 3 and we hit save. You can see you can kind of play around with this as you get more comfortable with it. It's very straightforward. It's very easy to edit or to clear. If you ever get confused, just go ahead and clear all of your items and start all over again. So I'll show you again how you do that. You just hit clear. You can hit X to X out. So we're out. We have nothing in our cart. All right, let's walk through a sale. So let's say we have 2 works and then a customer, then they also have a biscuit with strawberries. So we'll go to review sale and our total is $25. When they're ready to pay, you just hit charge. And we have a couple different ways that you can pay. The most common way, the majority of sales will be tap to pay. And if we're doing tap to pay through your phone or on a device like a Bluetooth reader, all you do is take your card and you either tap your phone or the Bluetooth reader, whatever you have, and the transaction will run through. I don't have a really great way to show how the end product without actually running a transaction through, but what it's going to prompt you after the credit card has been processed it's going to say how would the customer like their receipt. And they can either do no receipt, a text receipt, or an email. If they've used Square before, Square is pretty common among different businesses, they might have their contact information already saved. And if that's the case, it'll just automatically send to wherever they have prompted before, maybe email or phone. If not, you can ask them, hey, would you like a receipt? Most people will say no, thank you, and you can just hit no. On the rare occasions, sometimes it does ask for a signature, and if that's the case, they can just sign their signature with their finger on your phone. If they decide to do cash, let's say they're coming in and they're paying a cash payment, all you would do is you could either just take the cash, or Square has this feature where you can type in a cash value. Like let's say they give you $30, you would hit tender and it would show you that you're going to give them $5 back. You are not required to run cash transactions through Square. It's merely a tool that you can use if you're, gets really busy and you're not sure how much change to give. It just acts as like a calculator tool. All right, these are the main features that you will need to use in Square for the festival. Like I said, once you get into it, it's going to be very easy, and there shouldn't be really too many problems. People tend to get the hang of it pretty quickly. However, that being said, if you have any problems or questions or concerns, just flag down your tent leader. Or if we need to issue a refund for an incorrect charge, that is not a big deal. Just let your tent leader know, and either Matthew or myself will come over and we can handle the refund. But whatever any issues, we will make sure that you feel supported and that it's not stressful at all for you. The most important thing that we want to emphasize is to thank the customer for contributing to our fundraiser. We were able to give out thousands of dollars each year to local nonprofits because of this support. So we want to make sure that they have a pleasant and happy experience. For any follow-up questions on this tutorial, setting up Square, getting your email invitation, or volunteering in general, please email or call me. My contact information is further back in this video on the PowerPoint screen. Again, thank you so much for volunteering. We couldn't do this without you.